below me, isn't he?
Well, good evening. Welcome everybody to tonight's game against Slippery Rock. Thank you guys for coming out. And we look forward to the game. Let's all stand in prayer, and then we'll stay on our feet for the national anthem. Heavenly Father, we thank you for who you are. We give you glory because you're wonderful. We know that you know every person in here tonight. You know all the events of the world. And we look to you full of joy because you're good, you're powerful, and able to do the good things you've promised. I ask for well-being for everybody here tonight. We give you thanks in Jesus' name. Amen. And just so you guys know, tonight we're excited to celebrate our senior night. Slippery Rock visitors, you folks are welcome to hang out and have cake with us if you'd like, okay? And now we're going to have our favorite announcer, Mr. Van Weiss.
We welcome tonight Slippery Rock Panthers, number 10, VARSITY. And number 3, Elisa. Number 12, Cassandra Iceland. Number 11, Monica DePew. Number 1, Julia. Number 22, Katrina Iceberg! And for CCSI Eagles, number 32, Olivia Ford! Number 2, Olivia Ford! Number 12, Julia Van Dyke!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the match this evening between the Panthers and the Eagles out here on the court. Panthers in the blue, Eagles in the green. Panthers will be starting this one off with the service. Juliana Toth in the number 1. Slapping this one up and over from the backside. Gingrich able to find its way up to Amelia and then Orr to finish that one off. Katrina finding its way to Armour. Slapped up and across by Martha. Clark from the back line, diving play by Orr, not able to get that one forward back into play, and the Panthers take the first point of this best of 5 series. Juliana Toth here to serve this one up yet again. Pops this one up and over, lands and bounds by a decent margin. It's a little bit of an awkward spot for this camera angle to be, but let's see how this works out. Toth service up and over from the backside. Gingrich leaving that one go, and that one will land in bounds. Panthers up 3-0. Toth with another service into the back line. Clark keeping that one up forward, or able to throw that one far side, and there slapping that one over was number 15, Emily Cox. Armour able to find Cassandra, blocked away. Katrina getting a hand on that one. Monica throwing this one back into the middle side. Armour up and over by Katrina from the backside. Gillis able to find his way to Clark, throws this one far side. Slap comes up and over by Cox into the backfield. Toth able to find his way to Armour, throws this one far side, tipped over by Monica. Or getting that secondary in the finalization, making that one up and over by Emily. Toth able to find Armour, throws this one far side. Cassandra over the tip, up and across. Gillis able to find this one forward. Emily into the middle, slapped up and across by Van Sice. Armour there with the set up into the back line. Martha there to finish that one off. Gillis able to find his way forward. Clark able to throw this one far side. Emily there to punch that one up and over. She'll score. First point for the Eagles after that play. Score is now 1-3. Service making this one up and over. Katrina with a diving play, not able to return the favor, and so we have a 1-point differential now. Van Sice here to serve this one up yet again. Van Sice service up and over. Top from the back lines finds Armour in the midfield. Katrina there to finish this one off into the backfield. Let go, inbounds. Panthers have a lot of close-knit plays in the backfield there on that back line, keeping it close enough to make the other team guess. Cami Coleman, the libero, service not quite able to make that one up and over as it hits the top upper portion of the netting and is incompleted. Emily's service, nice firm over. Coleman able to find Armour off to the far side. Slap comes up and across. Emily throws this one into the middle. Clark there able to finish that, but caught in the net is number, I believe that's number 99. Amber was kind of pushed by the setter into the netting, and that's where the fault lies. Armour's underhanded service up and over. The inside's able to find its way to Emily. Slaps this one over to Clark. That gets a hold of that one a little bit too fiercely, and the Panthers will pick up the point as it lands out of bounds. Elisa Armour throwing this one up and over. The inside's able to throw this one forward. Emily throws this one far side. Clark or steps over the line. And so the Panthers will pick up tally number 7 here in game number 1. 4 points is the difference. Elisa Armour to serve this one up. Underhander up and over. It lands in bounds by just enough to be considered in. I don't know what else. Armour there with the underhander. Delisa getting a hand on that one. Secondary by Orr and the finalization by Clark. Juliana Katrina able to find Monica. Not quite able to get a hand on that one in a sticky situation, very close to the netting. Just not quite able to find the footing to make that play happen. Looks like Forbes will take her spot onto the court, replacing Amber on the back line. Olivia's underhander makes that to the backfield of the Panthers side. Miscommunication between Juliana and Elisa result in an Eagle point. Panthers now have a 3-point lead. It's being trimmed down slowly but surely. Olivia with a nice height on that one. Kept it real close to the netting, but not quite the accuracy. That one lands out of bounds. Panthers leading a 9-5 game. Monica DePew here with the service, up and over. Clark from the back line able to find Emily with the bump up and across to Jalissa. That'll finish off that play. Katrina finds Martha on the far side. And Katrina there to tip that one up and across. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Emily running after it, but not able to get there in time. And the Panthers will reap the benefits. Panthers up 10-5. Monica DePew, number 11, to serve this one up for the Panthers. Sends this one soaring. Hit the lie by Forbes into the front line. Emily there with the secondary will finish that one up. Martha able to find Katrina. Back sets over to Juliana. Will send that one to the back line. Van Sice getting a hand on that one. Emily there to throw that one forward to the left. And slapped up and across with a beautiful formation by Orr. Martha there with the return attack and not able to come up with that one. Looks from the back line to be Van Sice, the lone man, or the lone woman in the backfield. Panthers now lead an 11-5 game. Monica DePew sending this one up, but not able to make that one over. And we have a 6-11 game in our hands. Gracia Clark with a beautiful service. Goes off Coleman into the ceiling. Kept alive by Toth. Katrina there with a bump over top the netting. Forbes getting a hand on that one. Secondary by Orr, throwing this one into the middle. And not Emily, that's Van Sice there with the third touch. Not quite able to get enough mustard on that hot dog to make it taste delicious. So the Panthers now reaping the 12th tally of game one. Martha DePew here with the service, throwing this one up and over. Kept alive from the back line. Forbes into the ceiling. Emily keeping a hand on that one. And Van Sice to finish that one off from the back line. Martha with the touch. Katrina there with that secondary. Throws this one right side. Slapped up and across by Elisa. It looks like Clark getting the first touch and Forbes with the secondary. Not able to get that one back into the play. And the Panthers gain point number 13. Martha DePew with the service, up and over, kept alive by, I believe that was Orr. Emily back over to Orr, slaps this one up and across. So let go. Out of bounds is the call from the line judge. In bounds is the call from the referee, though. All right, I thought I was going crazy for a second. We had a 6-14 game, Panthers leading. Martha DePew serving this one up and over. Forbes getting a hand on that one, throwing this one forward, or able to get that one to the left side. Emily there to finish that one off. Dumped back off by Katrina, kept alive by Orr, but crosses the netting and lands out of bounds. And so the Panthers looking for that surprise attack in point number 15. Martha DePew throwing this one up and over, kept alive from the back line, or getting a hand on that one. Emily with the bump into the middle, but not able to find a teammate for that third touch. The Panthers gain point number 16. We got a 16-6 game when we come back from the timeout from the CCSI Eagles. So Jake, how do you feel the game's going so far?
I've seen some good things. That last tip by Katrina was very surprising. I didn't see that much power, that much confidence coming out of her, especially this early in the game. I'd love to see that. Some good stuff for sure.
Yeah. What's your favorite cereal?
I probably eat cereal about once a month.
Well,
Dunkin' Donuts came out with a cereal recently. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Pretty good. I think it's like, what is it called? Mocha something.
Latte cereal.
Mocha latte.
Which
Pretty
I
good.
discovered. He did not know.
100% he discovered.
Taking credit.
But it's good stuff. It's up there.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll. Once again, Martha DePew here with the ball. Looks to serve this one up. And able to do so. Forbes getting a hand on that one. Emily with the saving touch in or there to finish that one off. Elisa getting a hand on that one. Katrina flubs the touch and not able to get that one to the backside. I believe she was looking for Cassandra on the reversal. But if you think too far ahead, things like that tend to happen. Eagles now at 7, Panthers at 16. Forbes takes a seat on the bench and Amber to take the back left. Slap up and over by Orr. Diving play by Coleman. Cassandra with the secondary. I can't believe the ball stayed alive that long. Eagles now up to an 8 on the tally board. Panthers at 16. Amelia Orr with the service. Cassandra getting a hand on that one. Katrina back over to Cassandra on the right side. Slapped up and across. Getting a hand on that one was Amber, but not quite able to contain that. Panthers now lead 17-8. Trina with the service. Clark getting a touch on that one, but not quite what she was expecting. Panthers have a 10-point differential here in game 1. Katrina here with the service, sending this one up and over, getting a hand on that one. Amber throws that back to the Panthers side. Armour not quite sure what to do with that one. There's so much spin on that. Figure you could skip it across the lake. Jalissa service up and over. Martha getting a hand on that one. Throwing this one up and over is Armour. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Amber with the secondary and Clark with the over the shoulder. Panther side, here is Armour getting this one over to Toth. Tips this one past the block of Amber, but Orr there to get that one back to the Panthers' paint. Armour throwing this one left side. Cassandra there with the slap, but not able to make that one past the border patrol. That is the net. Panthers now only lead by 8. Phyllis getting this one up and over. Martha with the first, Armour with the secondary, hits the ceiling, and Katrina there to finish that play off. Clark to the front line, finds Orr. Gets this one left side. Emily with a nice attack, just out of bounds. Juliana Toth with the service, kept alive by Van Sice, finding this one forward to Orr, able to find Emily, slaps this one up and across with the right hand. Katrina receiving that one. Armour there with a dump off, diving play by Orr. Amber too worried about her teammate to try to step on that one, and so the Panthers will pick up point 20. Juliana with the service, up and over, kept alive by Jalissa, finding Orr on the front side, and Emily to finish that one off. There's too many K names out there. Monica with a nice attack, kept alive by Clark. Orr with a secondary, but no third. Panthers now lead by 11. Juliana Toth sending this one up and over from the back line. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Clark with the secondary, and the finalization by Emily, throwing this one up and over and lands out of bounds, leaning a little too far left. Panthers now leading 22-10. Toth service up and over, getting a hand on that one was Van Sice, but lands out of bounds off the ricochet. Toth serve up and over. Jalissa getting a touch on the backside. Clark there, we're trying to dig this one out, and Emily there to finish that one off. Katrina over to Armour, throws this one straight up into the air. Katrina with the backline attack, skips across the leg, kept alive by Clark. Amber getting a hand on that one. Finalization by Orr, and they're not able to make it over in 3. And so it'll be a Panther point. Match point, Panthers. Toth service up and over. Jalissa getting a hand on that one into the netting, goes off of Armour and out of bounds. The Eagles have a little bit of a spark here. Let's see if they can build a fire. Van Sice here to serve this one up. Line drive into center field. Katrina with the receiving touch. Armory with that secondary. And the finalization, able to get this one up and over from the back line. Van Sice able to find its way to Orr. Throws this one far side. Emily there with a slap up and across. Goes off Cassandra. Katrina with the secondary. And that will be out of bounds. Eagles now at 12. Panthers at match point. We'll see where this goes. Service by Van Sice up and over. Katrina from the back line finds Armour, throws this one far side. Cassandra there with a slap up and across. And that'll be in bounds. Panthers take game number 1, 12-25. And so we'll take that one, put it in the books, and we'll move on to the next. And we'll bring you back when we're ready to rock and roll once again. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll here in game number 2 of this best of 5 series. The Eagles is going to be the one starting us off with the service this time around. Jalissa there serving this one up and over. Cassandra with the first touch. Armour with that secondary. Able to find his way back to Cassandra. Slaps this one over with a little bit of heat. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Secondary by Orr and no one there for the third. Panthers gaining the first point of game 2. Juliana Toth with the serve. Goes off of Clark and out of bounds. Toth service proving to be a weapon yet again. I believe it was last game she won 16 in a row with unreturned services or just points from the service. Very formidable. Double touch called on the setter. I believe that's Amelia Orr, number 2 in the green. Panthers picking up the third point of the match as the result of that play. Juliana Todd there sending this one up and over. Clark letting that one go. Inbounds is the call, and that will be the 4th point for the Panthers. Juliana serving this one up and over. Van Sice getting a hand on that one, or in a sticky situation, hits the netting off that one. They're gonna let Van Sice hit that third touch over. Monica finding Cassandra on that far side. Armour with a middle touch, or getting a hand on that one far side. Emily there to finish it off. Top from the back line finds Armour, sets this one back over her head. Monica able to send this one up and over. Clark with a diving play, out of bounds. Panthers at a 5-0 lead currently here in game 2.
Shake it off, kid.
Juliana Toth to serve it yet again. Snapped up and across like a pixie stick is off of, I believe that was Clark, and out of bounds. Juliana service up and over. Clark handling this one like a pro, able to find Emily off to the left side. Amber, they're getting that one up and over. Cassandra with the secondary touch, able to finish that off. The secondary, I mean, it was a block, then a bump that let that play happen. I just noticed the light fixture that's coming off the ceiling. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Just be wary. Juliana Toth sending this one up and over. Hits Van Sice in the right shoe, I believe, about the same time as it met the flooring. And is now in the lead, 8-0.
All right, Julia. You got it. This is your point, James.
Juliana Toth, another service goes off of Jalissa and on return. Juliana looking to match her service streak from a game ago. Service up and over. Between two defensemen, Van Sice and Jalissa, and that will be another point for Juliana Toth and the Panthers. Timeout by the CCSI Eagles. We got a 10-0 game. We'll bring you back when we're ready to rock and roll once again. I'm turning into a newscaster. Jake, she's at 10. Let's see what happens. It's game 2. Before the game, me and Jacob Good made a little bet. No money involved, but I said Juliana's going to make 13 services straight. She's going to start doing it overhand and get to the point where she starts doing it underhand. We're going to see what happens. Did I say overhand? I meant for like a jump serve. Juliana service controlled by Van Sice, throwing this one forward or getting this one back into the middle. Emily sending this one up and over. Katrina not able to get that one with both hands. It hits one arm and then promptly the floor. Eagles pick up point 1, and because I said the thing, it didn't happen. That's what's called the caster's curse. Julia Van Sice sending this one up and over. Toth able to find his way forward. Armour sending this one far side. Cassandra, they're slapping this one up and across. Van Sice not quite able to get underneath it in time. And so the Panthers now at 11. Looks like Cammie Coleman will be the one to serve this one up, sporting number 15 in the white. This is her first game back in about 2 weeks. See how well she can shake off the rust. Chelsea getting a hand on that one. Van Sice throwing this one forward. The third touch made by Clark and finished off. Coleman throwing this one forward. Armour controlling that one into the ceiling. Toth there to finish that one up. Van Sice with a diving play returns the favor. Armour able to throw that one far side. Martha with a beautiful attack. My brain went to so many different names I can't explain it. Panthers now up 12-1. Cammie able to throw this one up and over. Emily able to throw this one forward, or able to find Clark, and that'll finish it off. Coleman able to find Elisa, throws this one right side, slapped up, but not across it, hit the netting. That's the fourth touch, and that will be the end of that sequence. ball wasn't blocked, unless you kind of blocked by the net, and you don't get a set or a hit count reset after it touches the net, because that's to hit the other team first. Toth throwing this one up and over, out of bounds. I believe that was Toth. Yeah. Emily Cox, you're going to serve this one up once again. 3-12. The current score. Katrina with the receiving touch. Armour throws this one right side. Martha there with the attack. Gets this one up and over. Jelisa getting that one forward to Clark. Able to find Orr to finish that one off. Katrina Armour able to right side. Monica gets that one past the cheating defense, if you will. Emily looking for the downright attack, but Martha throws that one backside. Ellie Henrichs taking the front side of the court in spot of Katrina Eisler. Elisa with the underarmed service. Van Sice with the controlling touch. Emily throwing this one into the middle where it'll meet Clark and over the netting. Tipped off and across by Henrichs. Diving play by Emily. Getting a hand on this one, Jelisa. And the third touch by Clark over the shoulder. Elisa finding Henrichs. Able to throw that one backside. Coleman with a slapper. Not able to get that one across the netting. And we have a 4-13 game on our hands. Forbes taking onto the court. I believe she's going to be the one serving this one up in spite of Amber. Underhanded service up and over, kept alive, but short-lived as it hits my GoPro stand. I hope the angle's still on. It's a GoPro. It has a wide angle. Looks a little curved. Forbes underhander up and over. Coleman from the back line finding his way to Henrichs. Setting that one over to Martha and able to finish that one off. Very impressive acrobatic skills by Henrichs to set that one up in the heat of the netting. Monica Depew sending this one up and over from the back line. Forbes getting a hand on that one, controlled. Van Sice with that secondary, and the finalization by Emily throwing this one up and over with the set. Henrichs able to find his way over to Juliana, slaps this one to the back line. Forbes with the receiving touch. Emily with the secondary, and looks like Orr getting that one up and over. Goes off Martha Depew and down without a second contestant. Eagles pick up point number 6 and a little bit of flair. Service up and over. Elisa getting a hand on that one. Henrichs able to find its way over to Juliana. Slaps this one up and across. Forbes getting that one back to the Panthers zone, but returning the favor is Henrichs. Off to the left side. Orr there with a slap up and across. Kept alive by Henrichs. Martha able to find its way over to Juliana. Slaps this one up and across. Clark from the back line able to find Emily. Throws this one straight up for Van Sice. That slaps this one to the back line. Goes off of Monica Depew and into the backboard where it'll be considered out of bounds. 7-14. Eagles trailing, but they're not out quite yet. Service taking an interesting bounce. The wind was crazy on that one. Martha with a service up and over. Forbes not quite able to tame that beast. Beautiful spotting, very close knit to that out of bounds line. We got a 7-16 game, Panthers leading. Service up over, a tad out of bounds, just mere inches, if you will. Sarcasm. Amelia Orr here with the service. We'll send this one up and over. Coleman with a diving play, not able to send that one up. And a little frustration after the play. 7 points is the gap. Beautiful service by Orr to the front line. Henrichs tipping this one past Van Sice. Henrichs once again with it. Clark throwing this one back up into the air. Jelisa able to throw this one far side. Emily there to finish that one off. Kept alive by Martha. Henrichs throwing this one to Cassandra. Slaps this one up and across from the back line. Clark able to find Orr. Throws this one left side where Emily will meet that one and throw that to the Panther paint. Martha Henrichs able to find Cassandra's ball. This bumps that one over the netting. Or from the front line. Throws this one to Emily in a very tight situation. Hits the candy cane and you can't cut it much closer than that. Panthers now at 17, Eagles at 9. Substitution will be made. Henrichs going onto the bench and taking her spot to serve this one up is Katrina Eisler, sporting the number 22 in the royal blue. Serve up and over. Getting a hand on that one was Forbes, but not able to get both arms on it to control. Panthers up by 9. Katrina Eisler with that service that goes off of Emily, court side. And that will be finished off without a secondary touch. Panthers now at a 10-point gap here in this race. Katrina with a line drive. Clark there to return that one to the Panthers side. Cassandra with that touch up into the netting. Van Sice to return that to the Panthers side. Armour finding Cassandra. Slaps this one up and across door with that one to the Panthers side. Juliana to return the favor. Ping pong match out here. And Emily. All the analogies I have are mean, so I'm just not going to say anything. Emily tried her hardest, and that's what matters. Trade a service up and over from the back line. Forbes getting a hand on that one. Clark able to throw this one over to Emily. She'll bump this one over. Better safe than sorry. Katrina finding Armour. Throws this one to the right side where Coleman will meet that one and throw it across. Forbes getting a hand on that one. Clark able to throw this one forward. And Emily there to finish that one up to the Panthers paint. Toss with the receiving touch. Martha able to find Coleman. Throws this one up over out of bounds by about a foot. This time I try to make an accurate judgment. Substitution, Forbes onto the bench, and onto the front line comes Amber. Phyllis there with that service, finding its way to Martha on the Panthers side. Armour there to dump that one off, and she'll find the defense just a tad sleeping. Juliana Toth here to serve this one up. 21 for the Panthers, 10 for the Eagles. Juliana service up and over. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Amber getting a secondary touch, but not aware of the situation at hand. So the Panthers will pick up point number 22. Toth service just a tad short of the netting, and so the Eagles will have a chance at redemption. Van Sice service, crisp, very close cut to the netting, and that will be unreturned. Panthers at 22, Eagles now at 12. Service by Van Sice up and over, getting a hand on that one. Monica Armour with that secondary across the netting. Emily with that first touch, or with that secondary off to the left side. Emily there to stop that one up and across. Katrina getting a hand on that one. Armour with the secondary into the netting and down without making it across. Eagles making the Panthers run for their money. 13-22 is the score. Inside service up and over. Monica getting a hand on that one, finding Elisa to the back line. Martha not quite able to get that one upward enough to make it a pass border patrol, also known as the netting. Eagles now at 14. Inside service just a tad out of bounds. Panthers picking up point 23 at the end of that. And Cami Coleman to serve this one up. Coleman serves this one up, but not able to make that one over. Panthers remain at 23. Eagles now at 15. Emily here with the service. Coleman from the back line getting a hand on that one. Secondary by Armour, finding Coleman once again with that one. Slaps this one up, not able to make that one across as it hits the white border at the top of the netting. And so the Panthers remain at 23. Eagles now at 16. Emily service, that's as close as you can cut that service to the netting, if I do say so myself. Monica with a nice cut attack. I don't know if she meant to do that, but that's one of the best attacks I've seen all season. Hendricks back onto the front line in place of Katrina Eisler. And Elisa Armour here to serve this one up. The underhander to the back line. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Secondary by Van Sice, finding its way forward to Clark. That'll bump that one over the shoulder. Diving play by Armour. Hendricks not quite able to get down with it in time. And so the Eagles now at 17. Forbes here to substitute in. She'll be the one to serve this one up. Underhanded service up and over. Monica getting a hand on that one, keeping that one alive. Hendricks to the back line. Armor there with a slap up and across. Diving play by Emily to return the favor. Martha up into the air. Hendricks over to Martha once again for that one. Emily there sending this one forward. Clark there with tipping that one past the block of Hendricks. Hendricks with that secondary touch and the finalization by Armor. Emily finding Clark. Backs this one over to Orr on the left side. Throws this one up and over, but is indeed across the line underneath the netting. And so the Panthers will pick up point number 25 and close out the second game of this best of 5 series, 17-25. We'll take a short intermission and bring you back when we're ready to rock and roll once again. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll once again. Panthers starting us off with the service here in game 3. Juliana Toth, the one with the ball. Service making this one up and over center field, goes off Jalissa and out of bounds. Panthers with the first point here in game 3. Juliana serving this one up. Jalissa controlling that one, finding Emily off to the left side. Amber to finish that one up. Diving play by Martha, able to find Elisa. Throws this one left side. Cassandra slaps it, but not able to clap it up and across. Van Sice here with the service. Serve up and over. Katrina with the receiving touch. Armor there to dump it off, and she'll score. That happened quicker than a lot of firecrackers I've lit off before. I don't know. I didn't think through an analogy for that one. I'm sorry. Cassandra there serving this one up and not quite able to make that one over. A lot of assumptions just seem to crumble whenever I start making them. Emily service up and over. Coleman getting a hand on that one. Monica throwing this one off the far side. Slapped up and across off the tip of Clark. Getting a hand on that one, Forbes, or not Forbes, but Emily from the backside, not able to control it.
All right, get it back. This one's yours.
Panthers leading 3-2. Elisa's service returned by Van Sice. Tother returning the favor. Clark pops this one back to the Panthers paint. Katrina with her set. Able to find Monica. Skips this one across the netting. Kept alive by Emily. Goes off Amber across the netting in between the candy canes, but is indeed out of bounds. Panthers now in the lead 4-2. Elisa Armour service backside. Elisa here on the backside with that third touch. A little bit of a tight situation caught between Orr and the ball.
All right, Green, this one's yours. You got it.
Panthers leading 5-2. Armour there with that service back left. Let go, out of bounds. Good call by the line judge. Very close. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Forbes onto the court to serve this one up in spot of Amber. Service making this one up and over. Elisa getting a hand on that one. Dumped off by Clark, I think. And that will be a green point. The lead is down to 1. Service up and over. Armour able to find his way to Katrina. Throws this one far side. Slapped up and across by Monica. Out of bounds. That's difficult. It came straight at us. I don't know when the ball hit, but I'll try to replay it. 5-5. Service up and over by Forbes from the back line. Armour able to find Katrina. Throws this one far near side. Slapped up and across by Martha. Forbes getting a hand on that one. And it looks like Clark to finish that one off. Monica able to find Katrina. Dumps this one off, but kept alive by Orr. Katrina there with another tip. Monica called for the carry. Maybe? No. Eagles in the netting. I don't have a specific name, but that's the call on the court. Panthers now at 6. Panthers at 5. Monica service up and over. Let go, out of bounds. I don't think that was in frame. I'm sorry. I fell asleep for 2 seconds. Clark with a nice service, kept alive from the back line, and Toth there with the secondary to finish it off. Or able to throw this one far side. Emily there with the Van Sice, not able to make it over in 3, and the 4th touch is made. Panthers 7, Eagles at 6. Martha Depew here to serve this one up. Snaps this one up and over like a snap into a Slim Jim. Forbes with the receiving touch, or able to find its way to Emily. That'll bump that one over the shoulder. Cassandra with the receiving touch, able to find Juliana to the back line. Slapped up and across by Monica Depew, out of bounds by a handsome amount. And we have a tie ball game. Olivia's service up and over, kept alive from the back line. Toth able to throw this one near side. Cassandra there with the setup and across. Emily there to return the favors to the Panthers paint. Katrina throwing this one to Juliana, throwing this one back to far side for Katrina. Diving play by Clark, throws it into the crowd to make sure they're awake. And the Panthers will pick up point 8 from the unreturned ball. Katrina Eisler here with the service, number 22 in the royal blue. Smashes this one shallow. Clark there to return it. Martha able to find Elisa, throws this one far side. Cassandra not quite able to play the ball as it's a little out of bounds. It looks like the Panthers are starting to mix up their positions a little bit to see if they can spice things up. And we'll see what happens. And we're back onto the court. Jalissa there with that service, getting this one up and over. Cassandra finding its way to Elisa. That'll throw this one right side. Cassandra there with a slap up and across. Clark trying to get the overhanded touch on that one. Juliana Toth there with that service. Jalissa returning that to the Panthers side. Katrina with the first touch. Elisa there with that secondary to the back line. Martha there with the attack, able to get this one up and over. Kept alive by Emily. It hits the ceiling. And Clark not quite able to react to that in time. Panthers now at 10, Eagles at 8 here in game number 3.
Right back in it.
Service by Juliana into the back line. Kept alive by Delissa. Return to the Panthers side. One-handed. Juliana there to return that one. First touch made by Katrina. Or hits the ball, but promptly meeting the floor after that one. Panthers pick up point number 11 at the end of that play. We have a 3-point differential. I sound like a newscaster. I'm not sure if I like this. Where it's a really weird emphasis of words. And I don't feel like I need to explain what happened there. Shot service up and over. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Or able to find its way over. Amber hits that into the ceiling. Emily able to clear the netting, but that is the 4th touch. Panthers 13, Eagles at 8. We have a timeout by the Eagles. We're bringing back when we're ready to rock and roll once again here shortly. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll once again. Juliana Toth here to resume the service. Streak that she has going. I kind of let that thought half completed. That was out of bounds by a very close amount. Very good call by the line judge there. And Size with a nice service, crisp inbounds. Armor there is getting this one up in. Monica stepping over the line. And so that'll be an Eagle point. 11 for the Eagles, 13 Panthers.
Right back in it.
I need to be careful. I kind of sound sarcastic, but I'm being sincere in the past few remarks. And Size with a nice service up and over. Katrina getting a hand on that one. Elisa throws this one right side, slapped up, but not able to make that one across. Was Monica Depue's attack. Van Sice with another service. Service up and over. Juliana Toth getting a hand on that one. Elisa getting that one into the back line where Katrina Eisler will slap this one up. Across, out of bounds. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to replay these and tell whenever the ball hits the ground or not, so your guess is as good as mine. Inside service up and over. Katrina there to get that one back to green paint. Goes off of, I believe that was Clark Amber, then to the flooring. And the result of that will be a Panthers 14th tally. Service up and over, kept alive by Van Sice, so we're able to get a hand on that one, throws that one straight up. Emily with an awkward approach, not quite able to get the foundation to that play that she needed. Panthers now at 15, Eagles at 13. Amy Coleman here with the service. Served up and over. Van Sice getting a hand on that one, or able to throw this one right side where Emily will meet that one promptly. Toth with the receiving touch. Monica able to throw this one left side, slapped up and across by Martha, and that'll go off the defensive block by, I believe that was Emily.
Come on, keep fighting. Couple when you're right back in it.
Coleman service up, over, and inbounds as it just barely makes it over the netting. Panthers grow the lead to 4. Coleman service up and over. Van Sice getting a hand on that one. Clear the ceiling. Emily there to bump that one over top the netting. Armour throws this one into 6 situation where Clark will throw this one over to the Panthers. Diving play by Coleman gets that one back to the green territory. Martha getting a hand on that one. Toth. Out of bounds is the verdict on the Coleman return, I believe. All right, yeah, that's what the call is on the court. Is Coleman's return was outside of the candy cane whenever it crossed the netting, and so it is indeed out of bounds. And so Emily gets to serve it up. Martha getting a hand on that one. Monica getting the second ball? I don't know what happened there. I think roles got jumbled and priorities got mixed up. Emily there sending this one up and over. Martha able to find its way over to Armour. That'll clear the netting. Van Sice with the first. Emily with the secondary. Throws this one middle. Clark there with the tip up and across. Elise able to find Martha. Slaps this one up and across. Inbounds by about... Well, the outside of the ball was over the line. If that gives you an estimate of how close it was. And is in the lead by 3. 18-5 is the score. Elise Armour, number 3 in the royal blue, to serve this one up. The underhander able to make this one to center field. Jalissa getting a hand on that one. Amber there crossing the netting inbounds. Monica Katrina over towards that far side. Monica slaps this one, but not able to clear the netting. The Eagles now have a 2-point deficit to work with. It's like clay. Substitution will be made for the girls in green. Amber onto the bench, and to serve this one up is Olivia Forbes. Service up and over, kept alive by Monica, able to find its way to the backside where Martha will slap it. I think it went into the netting, but it will be let go. Olivia getting a hand on that one. Emily thrown into the middle. Clark there tipping that one past the block. Goes back behind Martha DePew, and the Eagles will score.
Good job.
1 point is the difference. Forbes here to serve it up. Underhanded service, able to find its way to Juliana Katrina in the middle, finds its way backside. I don't know if that was blocked or not, but Clark just making her presence be known. Timeout by the Slippery Rock Panthers. We had an 18-all game, and we'll be back before you know it. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll once again. The Eagles serving this one up. It's an 18-all game. Corp service up and over. Elisa finding Katrina off to Monica, slaps this one up, but not able to make that one out. That hit the netting. That's the fourth touch, but we're gonna let this one go. Jalissa with the return. Monica with the first touch. Katrina back over to Monica, slaps this one up and across. Emily getting a hand on that one. Jalissa throwing this one far back into the middle. Clark there to slap it up and across. Coleman with the receiving touch. Katrina back over to Martha, slaps this one up and across. Van Sice into the netting, and unreturned. Panthers take the lead right back. 19-18 is the current score. Monica service up and over from the back line. I think that was awkward situation there. Secondary touch by Emily, and the first was by Van Sice. And it was up 20-18. Monica Depew here serving this one up and over. Forbes getting that one into the ceiling, kept alive by Emily. And Clark there to slap this one up and across, kept alive by Coleman, thrown into the middle. Katrina back setting that one over to Martha, slaps this one up and across. Van Sice into the netting. Jalissa trying her hardest to get a touch on that one, but her arm can only stretch so far. Service by Monica into the back line. Van Sice getting a hand on that one. Secondary by Clark, throwing into the front line, and Emily there to finish that one off. Katrina throwing this one right side. Juliana slips up a little bit, and that one won't be returned. Panthers at 21. Eagles now at 19. Clark service up and over. Colin getting a hand on that one. Secondary by, I believe that was Elise, and then the finalization by Martha. Or getting a hand on that one. Secondary by, or the third touch by Van Sice, and that'll clear the netting. Katrina setting up Toth on the right side. Slapped up and across, goes off Forbes. Kept alive by Orr into the middle. And Emily there with the over the shoulder. Coleman receiving that one. Katrina getting a hand. And then Martha there to slap it down. Kept alive by Clark. Emily into the middle. Van Sice there with the attack. Not able to make that one over. Coleman with a good judgment on that one on the defensive side, as that would have been in bounds by a handsome amount. 19-22, Panthers leading here in the third game. Martha Depew here, number 10, to serve this one up, slaps us into the netting, and the Eagles will have a spark.
Couple, get right back in it.
Service up and over by Orr. Katrina getting a hand on that one. Toth with that secondary. Throws this one left side. Katrina there slaps this one up and across. Kept alive by Orr. CCSI able to find its way back over to Orr. Diving play by I believe that was Monica from the back line. Clark able to find his way to Emily. That'll be cleared to the Panthers side. Martha with his first touch. Juliana with the secondary in the far side. Slap comes up and across by Cassandra, and that'll go off of Clark and out of bounds. Panthers looking at the scoreboard, seeing it's 23-20. Trina Eisler with that service, goes off Clark. Out of bounds, off the touch. Panthers at match point here. Panthers leading the series 2-0, so if they take home this next service, that'll be the end of the series. Trina service just a tad out of bounds. Might not have hit the exact spot in her hand that she was expecting. Forbes onto the bench, and onto the front line comes Amber. So they're sending this one up and over, controlled by Martha. Secondary by Elisa, hits the ceiling, but Martha there ready for that one. Clark with her receiving touch, or able to throw this one into the middle. Van Sice there, looking to tip this one past the netting, but club's edge a little bit. But that's the end of the ball game. Panthers 25, Eagles 21. Here closing out the third and final game of the series in a 3-game sweep. So thank you for tuning in to the Slippery Rock Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Eisler, and hopefully we will see you next time.